when you're homeless and you're hungry and you're thirsty and you hadn't bathed for 2 or 3 days, you hadn't washed your clothes, you hadn't changed your clothes. It is rough out there. In the winter, it's unbearable because you're trying to get in houses. The days when it's raining, you don't have no shelter. When that sun is beaming and you don't have no covering. And in the winter when you have nothing to put on or what you got on, you're in real trouble. Thank God for this place. Well, went to public school here, graduated here, left here and went to South Georgia in Americas for college. Dropped out of college, came home to help my mother raise my little brothers and a sister. But I wasn't too good at that because I became to be an alcoholic at a very young age. See, when you are caught in addiction, you forget about God, you forget about a lot of humanity, you even forget about your family. And found myself in and out of prison. Around 96, I stopped going to prison and kind of got my life together a little bit. But I wound up homeless.
I lost my job, filed for my unemployment. I got a couple of checks. Then the corporation decided to fight my unemployment. It was denied. I couldn't pay rent, I couldn't pay bills, and I ended up sleeping on the streets. Being on the streets as a woman is a very scary experience. You don't feel safe. I slept with a knife in my hand or a pair of scissors because I was always afraid, I'd fall asleep 2 or 3 in the morning. Somebody would walk up to me and try to stab me or try to rape me.
I was watching the football playoffs, and I don't remember much after that, but I was told that Todd, who runs the place, heard a thump in the living room, and he found me on the floor unconscious and not breathing. He performed CPR on me and called the paramedics, where I went to the hospital, and they discovered that I had a heart attack. I was in the hospital for 3 months. I was in a coma for 3 weeks. During that time, they inserted a trachea and a feeding tube. I lost 32 pounds. They finally let me out on April 4th. When I was discharged the second time, I went and stayed with a friend because I couldn't find no other place to go. I didn't know about the well at that time. Found myself homeless. I was so scared I didn't know what I was going to do. I had nobody to call. My relatives really don't want nothing to do with me. My sisters and brothers and my parents have passed away, so without them, I came here with just a shirt on my back. I have nothing. Because when I got in the hospital, they had thrown all my stuff out when I was at the efficiency I was staying at. I was working over at the port, and I was in the hospital for so long they didn't think I was coming back, so they threw all my stuff out, so including my TWIC badge, so I couldn't go back and work at the port.
From South Carolina. My family's from South Carolina. I actually don't have any family. They've all passed. But I've been in Georgia and Florida for the past 30 years. I'm also a veteran, worked all my life, and it got to the point where it was only me taking care of me. I got hurt on a job, ran out of money, then became homeless.
The Well is our most recent chapter of an evolving story. We began our work with the homeless at the hospital, creating a space on our street that the hospital could transition a homeless person away from the hospital back to the community. During the cold nights that have come during the winter, we have begun to open up shelter so that people could come in and take a break from the cold and the rain. And now, through the generosity of countless people here in this community, we've been able to purchase and renovate the old Greyhound bus station. And as of March of 2015, we opened to serve the people who are homeless here in Glynn County. Since that time, over 320 homeless guests have come through the Well. They've been greeted by volunteers and staff. They have met people from Gateway and the Veterans Administration and the Labor Department and the health clinics in town and other organizations that have come in to offer help to address their needs. Many of our homeless are no longer homeless. Others who have come to us with mental health issues, they've been able to get on their medication and begin to have a team of support around them to try to keep them on the straight and narrow so that they can become healthy and hopefully productive members of our community.
Came in here, I learned, the things I needed to do to get a job. Now I've got a job, I got 401, I've got a place of my own, but I still want to get a place of my own. It's an efficiency apartment, so we convert it motel. But it's my bed, my roof, little kitchen, I got my own bathroom, plenty to eat, plenty to wear. It's just, life is good.
Through Janice, she got me back with Gateway. I was with them before, and I applied for housing, and they found me a place to stay. And I can move anytime as of yesterday, but I'm just in the process of getting some things I need for the apartment, like sheets and pillowcases and pillows and blankets and pots and pans and stuff. And once I get them, I will be moving in. So if it wasn't for God and the well, Salvation Army, I've got to put that in there too. I don't know. I don't really know where I'd be. I might be dead by now. I don't know.
They got me a bed at the Salvation Army. I can come here during the daytime, and if you're missing ID, Social Security card, job placement, anything like that, there's folks here that can help you. Listen, folks, this is my first time being in this situation. It can happen to anybody. And I can tell you, there's a lot of people out there that's on the fence. It could go either way for them. So, and hopefully you'll listen. Maybe I said something that you like, but if it does happen to you, come to the well, wherever you are. It's, you can always come here and people will help you. No joke. From where I came from 0 to here, it just improved overnight.
I found my way to the well one day. Just happened to be going about my little journey and looked over and I heard people talking about that place. I said, well, I'm gonna go check this out. It might be something there. Today, I'm not homeless anymore. Today, I don't worry about anything anymore. I don't have to worry about washing my clothes anymore. The well took care of all of that, all of those things for me. But today, God makes it possible that I have my own wash and dryer in my own apartment. But who could believe I own a wash and dryer? And I ain't talking about renting it, I own it, And that's God's grace for me today.